welcome you lovely Lagalitas. That's our one.
It's sticking.
It's sticking. I like that.
That's,
The
yeah.
Lagalita gang. Okay. Oh,
we've retired the Lageroids
yeah.
and the Lagerites, but Lagalitas.
Lagalitas. What was Keith? What did we start with?
You lager. Oh, what was it?
Lagerites.
Lagerites. It was
Yeah,
Lagerites.
yeah,
I think
fuck that.
Lagalitas.
Yeah, I like that. Shame it sounds like margarita because we're a beer podcast.
That is true,
But we're not even a beer.
We've got to make some sort of compromise.
Yeah. 'Cause we're not even a beer podcast. We are a. I don't even know.
We're working it out.
Yeah. We're a pop culture podcast that drinks beer.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Simple. Yeah.
We've got to change our bio ASAP.
Yeah. The thing is, for you people wondering, Lager Than Life, we needed something. We knew we wanted to drink a beer. We knew that was going to be our gimmick. We needed something.
I think we thought we need a gimmick.
Yeah.
What do we both like? It's beer.
Beer.
Why don't we just do a podcast, but then we sort of at the beginning we drink a beer?
Drink a beer. Yeah.
And here we are, 15 episodes in, slight alcoholics.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome to episode 15. Let's dive right in. So what have we got this week, Rory?
So our beer of the week, it's a little taste of home, Sarah.
Oh, really?
But not what you think. So our beer of the week is, drum roll please, it's a Whitstable Bay Pale Ale.
Ooh.
Now, I'm a bit cheating here because I have had this before.
Okay, fine.
But I was looking through and, the shop we always go to.
Yeah.
Genuinely, we've tried most of the beers there. And I saw this one and I was like, we've got to do it.
Mate, we're going to have to start making
Have you had this one
imports
before,
soon.
by the way?
I actually think I might have when I went to Whitstable.
Mate,
So-
absolutely banging beer.
But Rory, do you want to explain to the people why it's a taste of home?
So Whitstable Bay is a taste of home because it offers an enhanced drinking experience through distinctive floral aroma paired with a refreshingly zesty notes. So it is full-bodied. It's a fruity ale with a subtle bitterness and a glorious grapefruit and pine aroma.
Listen, after last week's Pale Ale,
Wasn't it? What was it?
yeah,
Was it a stout?
last week we had the East London Brewery.
Oh yeah, no, that was it.
So and that threw me off. So I'm a bit hesitant.
You're hesitant, but I think give this one a go.
But listen, we like Whitstable. Those are what I was alluding to when I said why you say taste of home. It's because that is kind of your home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whitstable, lovely place. Do recommend it.
It's all right. I think because I lived there, for me, it's just like a pretty bog standard seaside town.
But
But like people love it. People like I saw it on TikTok. People are like, guys, this is a secret spot in Kent. Where
secret spot.
you know, they've always got that fucking TikTok voice. being
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Hi guys, I went down to Whitstable for the weekend, and this is what I could do. And it's like, come on.
Yeah. Whitstable is lovely, man. I think because you grew up there. I do always find it because obviously I grew up in Northwest London. So for me, it's like it's a weird concept, like growing up anywhere else, kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
it's so weird.
Because there's no public transport there.
There are no Ubers.
Yeah. What? Like how do you survive?
There's no like Deliveroo. The only where I live, or my parents live, the only takeaway there is McDonald's, KFC, Chinese, and an Indian, and a Domino's.
I've been to your local Chinese.
What do you think? Have you?
Yeah. Because it's
the-
opposite the fish and chip shop.
Yeah.
I went
like
there.
it?
It was good.
Decent.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
hoisin duck wraps are particularly good.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. No, because you remember I told you I went away for a little
You
weekend
did,
away.
yeah, I
It was
remember that.
literally like 10 minutes from your house.
Should have popped in to hello to my parents.
No, you know what? I was thinking about it. I think they were actually in South Africa at the time.
Probably.
Because I was thinking, I could just go knock on the door and just be like, "Hi, I just wanted to come say hello.
Yeah.
You know, I'm Sarav, Rory."
Be like, who the fuck are you? Get away from my house.
Do your parents know who I am? They know.
Yeah, of course they know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've mentioned your name a few times.
Yeah. No, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
bro.
yeah, let's crack this open. Let's try
dive
it.
in. Let's dive in.
Oh.
Need to upgrade our bottle opener.
We do. I think we're 15 episodes in, Sarah. We
Yeah,
can't be
yeah,
using your
it's
keys
time.
anymore.
It's time.
Right,
I think.
Sarah, cheers to episode 15.
Episode 15.
Damn. I love it.
Oh, I really like
It's
it.
nice. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of something to it. It's nice.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm not getting the pine aromas, but
I'm
it's
not. I'm
nice.
not getting any of that fruity,
Yeah.
zesty
Yeah,
shit.
whatever it was talking about, bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not getting any of that. What I do know is this is a lovely pale ale.
Mm.
You know those pale ales that are close to lager, but like
Yes.
just a little bit.
They're
crispier.
still like refreshing and
Yeah.
crispy, but like they're not like you know when you buy an, you know when you say, oh, I'll try an ale, actually you have it and you think, oh, I just should have gone for a lager.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This is that nice medium. I think.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm a fan of this.
I do really like that.
Listen, you're gonna think I'm being harsh, but
Go
I'm just
on,
being
go on.
realistic. Would I get a pint of it? I would. I'll give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. I think that's a solid score for a solid beer.
I'm gonna give it an. I mean, purely for the I'm giving it an 8.5.
What?
I'll give it an 8.5.
Really?
It's a lovely beer.
Do you really think it's
It's
an
a
8.5?
Sarav, it's a taste of home.
No, listen. I know the people at home are going to be able to see the scoreboard. I'm just going to get it up because I just want to refresh my memory and remind you, Rory. So just to confirm, at the top we've got Voodoo Ranger, which
Was that our best?
that was an 8.5, man.
Really?
And that was a good beer. I can't say this is as good.
Okay. Can I change?
Yeah, you can.
I'm gonna change it to an 8.
You can change to an
I do
8.
think it's an 8 out of 10 minimum.
Okay, so you're
So I
changing
think-
to an 8. I'm a 7. That's a 7.5.
7.5.
So that's also by the likes of...
Add it to the leaderboard.
Yeah, we'll add it to the leaderboard. So 7.5. Okay. I'm happy with where that places in the scoreboard. That comes just below the Hamilton tuned hazy ale and above the Eagle Brewery banana bread.
What's our lowest rated again?
Our lowest rated.
Is it the stout from episode?
No, it was actually
The Ras.
it was the raspberry.
Yeah, fuck that. I fuck that raspberry beer.
It wasn't the raspberry. Sorry, I think it was the one we tried last week.
The Broken Dream.
No, that came above. I think it might have even. I don't know anymore.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah,
The
we've
people at
lost
home-
track.
yeah.
We're 15 episodes in now.
Yeah.
We can't keep score.
Trust me. So people at home, you'll be able to see the top 5. Definitely, and then wherever this ranks as well. I think this comes 5.
Yeah.
So we'll show you the top 10 this time round. Because if I show the whole leaderboard, eventually when we get to like episode 200, it's just gonna be bad fucking
We're gonna have to cut some out.
leaderboards. Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
I've kept it simple. Yeah, you'll see the top 5 or top 10 or whatever. But yes, cool.
Sarah, speaking of beer, right? Speaking of beer, did you hear about the coronation beer?
I didn't, man.
So listen to this, right? A rare batch of beer brewed to mark the ill-fated coronation of King Edward VIII is to be auctioned for charity after being lost in storage for decades. So this bottle of beer was originally brewed in 1937 to celebrate King Edward's coronation, but obviously, as we all know, he never actually became king because he abdicated. So yeah, now this is basically being auctioned off for charity, and apparently it's 12%, and yeah, it was brewed by Green King. So the question is, would you back it?
Yeah,
I'd back it.
100%.
Apparently Green King is strongly recommended do not drink this beer because like you will get ill from it.
Yeah.
It's so old, but fuck it, I'd back it.
I'll have a sip.
I reckon it would hit the top 10.
Yeah, slightly. How's it stored? All I know about beer is that it's meant to be stored in like a barrel
Something like
or
that.
or
Yeah.
something else, or a casket,
Yeah.
or a keg. So I don't know about if it's still been in the bottle. I also didn't know Green King was around that long.
Neither did I, but I guess yeah,
Pretty
I guess
impressive.
they have been.
So if I'm not mistaken by my knowledge of British history that I definitely didn't learn from the King's Speech, this Edward VIII, he was supposed to, but then what was it? He married a divorcee American
Yeah,
and then
they said you can't be married to her
and be
king.
king.
because they were all quite old fashioned back then.
Yeah, and then
and then I think it was
back
George.
then.
George,
Yeah,
his
well,
younger
no,
brother.
No, wait. But they called him Bertie. It
Yeah,
was Bertie.
Bertie, yeah.
Was that Albert?
Yes.
That was Queen Elizabeth's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only know that. Genuinely, only know that from the King's Speech.
And for me, the crown.
The crown. yeah. Okay, fine. No, man, I'd back it. I wonder why. I would love to have a beer brewed specially for us one day.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? One day.
One day.
You know, like back in like the medieval times, the water was so like toxic, and you couldn't drink it because you'd get ill from it. Because obviously they didn't have like proper, distilling systems and stuff. That everyone drank beer. All the kids just drinking mead all day, every day.
Just mead.
If you were thirsty, mead.
What even is mead?
You want something to wash down your breakfast? Mead.
Mead.
Yeah.
What is mead?
Oh, fuck knows what mead is. I think it's like ale or something.
Yeah.
No one really knows, but it's old-fashioned beer. But yeah, imagine that. You just piss. Everyone must have been pissed the whole day.
Yeah. That's been nice. Mead, I'd love to. Maybe we need to get a mead on here.
Let's
one
get a
time.
mead.
A mead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know also, I think it was until like not even that long ago that like beer in Russia, sorry, beer was considered a soft drink.
No
Yeah.
way. That is ridiculous. That is so Russian. That is so Russian.
Yeah. You want beer?
Yeah. So like they go to a restaurant with their kids.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, 1 bottle of vodka for us two, and for the kid, beer.
Yeah, it's soft. It's soft.
But you know, I was saying about how all the Western world drank beer and stuff.
Mm.
In Japan,
Mm.
they actually learned how to distill water like thousands of years ago, right? So they didn't have to drink mead all the time. And apparently, there's theories that's why
Japan's so advanced.
that's why Asians get Asian flush, because they haven't got that enzyme, because for thousands of years they weren't drinking beer, whereas the Western world are so used to it.
Japan's a fucking it's ahead of the game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Really.
They just thought, why don't we just boil the water and then we can drink it? But then
Yeah. No, exactly. Instead of resorting to drinking alcohol,
that sums
They thought-
us up.
yeah, trust. Instead of looking for the easy way option, just think, oh, we'll just drink mead, right?
Yeah.
So Japan decided, oh, let's actually fix this problem, right? And that's why Japan's got the bullet train, right?
Yeah.
And I'm getting stuck in the tube on
Oh.
the central line, which is
The central line.
disgusting, and being late to work. Tell me how that makes sense.
They're ahead of the game.
Yeah, they're ahead
They
of the
are.
game. And now I actually just want to Google something really, really quickly,
Go
because I
on.
think this is I think this is correct. I just want to make sure Japan's the right country. So bear with me 1 second. And sorry for the silences. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay. This is very, very interesting.
Is this about Japan?
I think it's about Japan. So, did you know Japan was a closed economy at one point?
And what year did it stop?
No imports, no exports. And that's why
What?
they're so self-reliant.
Really?
Yeah.
But when did they stop doing that?
So that was
No exports either.
from 1639 to 1853. They were just a purely
Shit.
closed economy.
Fuck.
And they're still fucking advanced. And
It just goes to show why everything probably works out there, because they've
Yeah,
been so
yeah.
self-sufficient.
I've heard crazy things about Japan, so I've never been. It's high on my agenda.
It's top of my list. Top
Yeah.
of my list to go to Japan.
But apparently, I want like a decent amount of money before I go, because
Yeah.
I want to be able to indulge. But apparently, there's vending machines where you can get pizza.
There's everything, like ramen as well.
Yeah, and a vending
Um,
machine.
I think their
Like
food
cooked.
game and like their snack game is insane. Basically.
Insane.
And like, you know how in the UK,
Mm.
if you want to get like quick, fast food, it's always unhealthy. Even if it's
Mm.
Pret a Manger, McDonald's, it's always going to be like a bit shit for you in process. Everything they've got there, which is like fast convenience foods, it's like fish and rice and like everything's like actually healthy and fresh. You just don't have that in the UK or America,
the UK.
and that's why they're all so healthy over there. You don't see like massive rates of obesity in Japan.
I think like the UK's cuisine is just, we should just cancel it.
It's not great, is it? People say when you think of like British cuisine, I can think of two things:
Go on.
fish and chips,
Fish and chips,
roast dinner.
roast dinner.
And it's like they're good meals. I think fish and chips is massively overrated.
Overrated.
Massively overrated.
Why?
And that's coming from someone who literally grew up by the sea. I'll tell you why. It used to be a time where fish and chips was like fast food, right? It was like you'd get it £6, and you know what? For £6, it's worth it. It's like it's just a load of carbs. It's deep fried fish, and all you drown it with vinegar and salt. It's okay. It's fine, right? You go to get fish and chips nowadays. It's always more north of £10. It's not worth £10. The amount of good food you can get for £10, and I just think it's just ultimate beige food. And like you're not really tasting the fish itself. You're just tasting the batter. Like you're just eating batter and chips. Not huge on it.
I think for £10, maybe it's not worth it. But I feel like no other country in the world has like chips
Like that.
Like that, yeah.
I do think a portion of chips, when you fucking drown that bitch in vinegar
Oh,
and
that's
so
naughty.
much salt that you like on the verge of heart failure, mate. It's the best.
It's naughty, man.
It's naughty.
It's naughty.
But yeah, I just think the fish itself, I never think that's. I actually would rather just a fish unbattered and like with a bit of lemon on.
All right. All right, jeez. I would definitely rather fish and chips. I fucking love that fried shit.
Do you know, a nice sea bass or a hake, bit of lemon.
Okay, chill out. Honestly, I can't keep up. I don't mind salmon, but anyway, that is what it is. But
We've got.
where do we start with that one?
I don't know where we started with that one. I think we were talking about
that special beer.
the special beer.
Yeah,
So yeah, I reckon
let's get it on the pod.
maybe we should like like bid for it and just get it on the pod. That could be episode.
How much do you reckon it will go for? What's the starting bids?
I'm not sure actually. I think like 1,000. Yeah, probably more than that
I
actually.
just feel like I wouldn't ever spend £1,000 in a beer. Unless it was this one.
To be fair, that'll probably be London in 10 years' time.
Facts, man. Facts.
£1,000 for a neck oil, we'll be like, yeah, sure, go on.
Honestly, I genuinely can't believe that I'm now spending over £7 to get a pint of neck oil.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't
And
it?
the worst thing is, I'm not going to move to a cheaper beer.
No, I'm not going to stop.
I'm not going to. Yeah.
I literally, like, they've hooked me.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it, but they've hooked me, and I will literally look them dead in the eyes and say, yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, £8.50, please. And I'll look them in the eyes and tap my card.
Yeah. And I'll say thank you after.
And I'll
Thank you for my £8 pint.
I'll see you next time. Mate, London's it's actually like going out to the pub and getting it's so expensive now. It makes you think like, is it even? It is worth it, but like, do you know what I mean? It's just,
yeah, it's not worth it.
I think it was tough. I think it was tough for us going to uni in Nottingham.
Yeah,
and like having the £2 Fosters.
Oh my god,
those? It was so like the times were so easy then. You could go to the pub and it wouldn't cost you minimum 50 quid. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
It wouldn't cost you minimum 50 quid, you know? They were the golden times. But Sarav, did you hear about the big gossip news that hit this week?
Hit me with it, man.
So the Moi podcast, which is known for lots of like gossip scoops in Hollywood and in showbiz and stuff.
Yeah.
They basically claimed that Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner.
Wait, what?
Chalamet?
Yeah.
Or was it Chalamet?
I think you said Chalamet, but I think it's Chalamet.
Chalamet, yeah.
I'm so confused. I was like, have I been getting it wrong?
It's another Jeff Jam.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Start from the beginning.
Chalamet.
Go on. Start again.
Okay, so Timothée Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Fuck! I can't. Is it Chalamet?
Chalamet.
So, the Moi podcast
Yes.
basically claimed that Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner have been dating since January 2023. And mate, the internet has gone wild over this. Like, I wouldn't expect that. You know, I think going from like a Travis Scott to a Timothée Chalamet, like it's
the Kardashians make some crazy U-turns, man. Going from Kanye West,
biggest
to Pete
U-turn in
Davidson,
history,
from Travis to Timothée Chalamet.
Also, doesn't Kylie have like 2 kids with Travis Scott?
Yeah,
and I thought they were like they broke up and then they were together again. Like I'm losing track.
I don't know, man. I think he's probably just been too busy stargazing.
He is. Oh god, the chat is terrible today. The chat is terrible. But Timothée Chalamet, I've always thought like don't get me wrong, he's a good-looking dude. Like, he is a striking-looking boy. But one thing that no one can deny, he looks frail. Do you know what I mean? He's a frail man.
Oh yeah, he's
like. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd feel if he fell over, I'd be worried about his bones. You know, like he's so. Some of the memes on I saw on Instagram are quite funny.
God.
You see the one in the bathtub, and it was like Kylie Jenner and Timothée in the bath together, and it was like this woman's legs, and then like these tiny little stick legs, like dangling. That mate, it was so funny.
Nah, fuck so, man. Like, look, each to their own. You know, I was once, like super, like very very skinny, but like
I still am.
Nah, you're not. But like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there. No, I feel like one of the reasons I wanted to bulk up and start gymming and stuff was because I wanted to be like bigger than the like I don't know, like bigger than the women I'm with.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And be able to be like strong enough to like just like lift them up and stuff.
Yeah.
And can look, here's my question. Okay,
spit it out, Sarah.
Can Timothée Chalamet, can he handle that? Not when I say that, I'm not objectifying Kylie Jenner.
That big what?
No, can Timothée fucking hell, you got me. Can Timothée Chalamet handle that ass? That's what I want to know. Because I feel like I've worked hard in the gym to be able to say that I can handle that ass. Yeah?
And how far have you gone, Sarah?
Bro! Honestly, time's a peak right now. But
do you know what this is showing, Sarah?
What's it showing? I know what you're gonna say.
The tides are moving.
No, listen, Rory.
You've bogged up, right? You've bogged up. Guess what, motherfucker?
It was all for nothing.
It's the skinny boys' time now.
Oh, honestly, listen. I feel like Pete Davidson.
Lanky boys, this is our time.
Pete Davidson started this whole thing.
It all started with him, and now look where we are.
I call it crackhead chic.
Crackhead chic. I don't think Timothée Chalamet is crackhead though.
No, he's not.
He's
He is a handsome guy.
he's a good actor as well.
Is he?
He's a strong actor.
What's he been in?
He's been in.
He was in
Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah.
He's been in Dune.
Okay, yeah.
He's really good in Dune. He's been in The French Dispatch. He's been in. What else has he been in? He's been in like smaller roles, you know, like he's not going for like the big blockbusters or the superhero films like Tom Holland is, for example. But he's going for the. I think he is the next Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, come off it.
And I'll tell you why, because their career path is pretty similar, right? Leonardo DiCaprio's not really starred in any of those massive big blockbuster films. And Timothée Chalamet is following that similar kind of trajectory. He's also like the classic heartthrob. He's got the long floppy hair that the girls love. Like he's 100% Leonardo DiCaprio.
I just feel like, okay, maybe actually.
He's not in any franchise films. He's going for the award. He will have an Oscar in the next 10 years. I think he is going the trajectory of Leonardo DiCaprio.
People said that about
Leo. And I think it will get to the point where, he won for Revenant.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually. It was a long time coming,
Yeah.
but I think Timothée Chalamet will get to the point where, you know, like when a Leonardo DiCaprio film comes out and he brings people go to the film to watch Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
He's probably the last surviving movie star that there is. And I think Timothée Chalamet in 10 years' time will be there.
I don't know, man.
He's got the acting chops and he's got the looks. And he's also got Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, true. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know enough about films to be able to make that comment. Has he been in? You said Leo hasn't been in blockbuster films, bro. He was in the Titanic.
That was a blockbuster film. And when I say blockbuster, I mean more like franchise films, like a Marvel or like a Star Wars.
Yeah,
fine.
Do you know
what I mean? That kind of vibe where you know it's like
June 2's coming out.
But those are still Academy level. Like they're still like award films. Like Titanic won obviously.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
But I mean those sort of like trashy popcorn flicks.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's what I
see what you're
mean.
saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, he's more. I guess one would argue a serious actor.
He's a serious actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in The King. Do you remember watching The King?
No.
On Netflix. That was a good film.
He was in Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up. He was in. Yeah. Also with Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
But he's also going to be playing Wonka.
Wonka
in like the Willy Wonka prequel, apparently.
That's nuts to me, you know.
Which I'm interested to see what he'd bring to that.
I actually think that would be a good film.
Yeah,
I think if he's good in that could. You're right. That could kind of make or break his career. I feel.
Oh, imagine if it's terrible.
I don't think it will be. I don't think he would sign up to do it, or his agents would. Because if you're saying what you're saying, where he's trying to do these serious roles,
it's got to be a good script.
It's got to be a
right?
good script.
Yeah,
it's got to be a
100%.
good script. Maybe you're right, man. Maybe he will be the next like big, huge movie star. There's so much hype about him.
There is a lot of hype,
and there has been for some time. Is it just from SNL?
What, he didn't start on SNL, did he?
He was on SNL.
As in recently?
Bro, he was on SNL for I think he was like a recurring...
Was he? Oh, I didn't know that's where we started his career.
I don't know if that's where he started his
He
career.
blew up, from my knowledge. His first big movie film was Interstellar. He played the son in Interstellar.
Okay.
And then Call Me By Your Name was his big breakout film.
I'm looking now to see, because I'm pretty
He's
sure...
been in some good films.
Hey, he's actually been in loads... I didn't realise he had such a
Massive
big
film,
repertoire. He was in Homeland.
Was he?
Yeah. Not.
Huge.
This guy's had a career.
He wears very questionable outfits at award shows, though. Like he's very much wears a blazer with no shirt underneath.
Oh, fine.
It's kind of weird.
Oh, he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
He hosted an episode of a sketch comedy. Yeah, he hosted an episode of SNL. That's when he did that yeet and skirt thing with Pete Davidson.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But look, I think with the whole Kim Kardashian, Timothée Chalamet thing, Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
They can just do what they want,
And it will make headlines.
But I feel like maybe you'd have a certain perception of the Kardashians. And maybe if you looked at Pete Davidson's ex, Ariana Grande, you think, oh, like, would he go for a Kardashian? But like, they just put people under their spell, clearly.
Yeah. Do what they want.
Yeah. Because I'm 100%. If Kylie Jenner slid into my DMs now, I would be
all over that.
I would walk out this podcast.
You'd quit the podcast,
Mate.
Done.
I would literally straight to LA or wherever the fuck they reside. Yeah, there's not even a question about it. All I need is just a hi. Even if I just got like an emoji, I'd be off.
Rory, I've got to go.
Yeah. It's game over. It's game over. So when you guys see me storm off the podcast, that's what's happening.
You know why.
Why. So I don't know. They put men under a spell, clearly. But yeah, you're right. It's a big U-turn to go from Travis to Timotheé.
It is a U-turn.
But you know.
But yeah, we'll see what happens with that one.
I wonder if any of them are going to start dating anyone else. Like, who
more
we wouldn't expect.
More skinny blokes.
Yeah, it'll be like the skinny boys. Skinny boy flex.
It's the age of the skinny boys, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It is.
I wonder who it's going to be.
Sarah, our next bit of news.
Michael Cera.
That is a shout. That is a shout, Michael Cera. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm just saying.
At this point, that's it.
If you see like, I don't know, like Courtney or someone.
Or Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of vibe.
That kind of really awkward, geeky vibe.
Yeah.
I see that. Sarah, did you hear the AI Drake song?
I did, man.
Mate.
I did.
Fucking hell. Like, I saw all this these headlines about it. And I saw that everyone was hyping it up, and it had Drake on it. It also had The Weeknd as well, and it was all done with AI vocals. And it got so much traction, and so many people were talking about it that Universal Records had to step in because apparently it violated copyright claims, and they've now taken it down.
Oh,
but I'm pretty sure you can still find it on YouTube if you. It's called "Heart on My Sleeve" by Drake featuring The Weeknd. And mate, I'll be honest with you, that song is better than a lot of the more recent stuff that Drake's putting out. Like if you think, and I think if you showed me this song and I had no idea it was AI, I think you could fool me. Hands down.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Hands down. I think a lot of Drake's recent stuff kind of sounds a bit AI anyway. Like it sounds very low effort, very like, oh, this is classic Drake doing his thing.
How did it violate copyright? Surely you can't copyright someone's voice.
Well, this is the murky thing, right? Like how as we're coming into an age of like AI and art and music and like how do you put like laws on that sort of stuff?
Nah, trust me, man. We've spoken about this before, actually. But you know what? Do you reckon there's producers out there,
yeah,
using AI to make their beats and claiming it's theirs?
I'd do that.
Why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
Why not?
If you take like, because at the end of the day, all AI is doing is taking all the stuff you're inputting into it. So in this case, someone would have inputted all of Drake's. There's probably two levels to it, right? They probably inputted all of Drake's lyrics that he's ever written, put it into the AI, and then they took all the audio clips of Drake and him rapping or singing, put it into an AI, and they say, make me a song that sounds like this song by Drake. And then they made it. And like, I think a lot of the creative industry is going to be affected by this. I think so many, like, so I think film studios are going to do this. I think recording artists are going to do this. Producers are going to do this. This video editors are going to do this. Like, this is going to change everything.
It's redefining the idea of talent, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think we've spoken about this before, and I just don't think you can replicate intention. So I do think AI is going to be able to make stuff that sounds good, and I do think there'll be some music which is like popular that's made by AI. My concern would more be that producers, script writers, songwriters, etc., are going to put claim to stuff that AI has done.
Yeah.
So that's what my concern would be. That someone is able to gain credit for doing something that they didn't do. So I feel like that's more of the concern.
That's murky waters.
Yeah, absolutely. Because in theory, anyone could do that. And how could you prove otherwise? If I ask AI rather, to go and basically tell me exactly what to input into Logic, right? Go find me samples and tell me how to put it into a track that's like an Afrobeats track, for example. Yeah. And it makes a banger. I've done it, but I just got a bit of help. And why is that any different to me sitting down and listening to 30 hours or 50 hours or whatever, 30,000 hours of like Afrobeats and
using
then
that as inspiration. Yeah.
Why is that any different? I just feel, I've said it before and I'll say it again, chill with AI now. Like, we don't just leave it, because it's gonna just redefine everything. I saw a really interesting statistic. It's about how like technology is exponential, and it's like, I forgot what it was, but like it was like by the time we're 70, 10 years of technological advance in today's standard will happen in like 3 days.
Gee, in 10 years' time?
No, by the time we're 70, sorry. So like, and I don't know if that's exactly the stat.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because technology is just on a curve. It's doing this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
That's scary.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It is scary. And
we do need to chill with AI, but like, I genuinely think we've just scratched the surface of it.
Oh, 100%.
Like, it's crazy. And it's the first time with AI, because before we've always spoken about how automation and things like that, it's going to remove all these blue collar jobs, right? But now we're getting to the stage now where actually all those blue collar jobs, you can't get an AI to, work in a coal mine or work in a factory, but you can replace a lot of these white collar jobs. So a lot of like really manual, really like, what's the word? Monotonous jobs, things like stuff like audit, for example. AI is just going to be doing that in the next 5 years, which is interesting. I think that like now technology is affecting like, yeah.
I think the concept also of like the fact that you can also create or tell like AI to become corrupt, it's like also kind of fucked.
That's mad. Can you do that? Where?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, for example, you were talking on a previous episode about how that guy, the AI started being really mean to that guy.
Started bullying the journalist.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You're right. We are just scratching the surface, but just chill. Like, we don't need that.
I think going back to art, I think you're so right about like intention. Like, art is basically the intention behind it. Like, if it's an AI just shitting it out in a couple of seconds based on a frame of reference from loads of other things, it's not really art. So I think in the creative space, I think what it can do is be used as a tool to enhance. So for example, if you take the music industry, right? Before, they used to actually have to record every single sound, whereas now there's things like, when you're on FL Studio, you can just literally bring sounds and packs and stuff, and then with that basis, you adjust it to your liking, how you want it to sound. Whereas before, you had to do that manually with actual instruments and stuff. So it's just like the next step in that. So I think it will be a tool that people will use, and it will maybe increase output. I think, as soon as you get to the point where you're just letting an AI make a whole song and you're using someone's likeness, like with Drake, I think it's not art at that point.
But as I said, I think we need to clearly define then what the parameters of what AI is allowed to do for it to be. I don't know, because it just sounds like AI is just speeding up perhaps what a person would do anyway.
Yeah.
As I said, listening to 30,000 hours of some music, that's essentially what it will do, and then it will spit out something that sounds similar
really quick.
Well, I could do that. It just might take me ages.
Yeah.
But regardless, I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a sticky one.
Mate.
Sticky one. That's what happens.
AI's. I'm excited, but also fucking scared about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
That's why I drink, Rory.
Cheers to that, Sarav. Cheers to that. So our next topic. Did you see the story about the bus driver who has been done for child abuse?
I did, man. I did. It was 30 kids, right? 30 counts of child abuse. Now, I know what you people are thinking. Some guy, some bus driver, 30 kids, child abuse. You're thinking he's a diddler. I can confirm.
He's a diddler.
Don't laugh at kids being
Sorry, I've just not heard the word diddler.
Yeah, you're thinking he's a diddler. I can confirm this guy isn't. And I actually do want to get into this discussion with you after. But basically, there was this bus driver, and he was driving a bunch of kids, and he said to these kids, "Put your fucking seatbelts on, yeah?" And these kids were like, "No," and they were misbehaving. So he slammed on the brakes,
as you do.
So they all went flying forward and crashing into the seat in front of them, and they hurt themselves.
And not seriously, right? Like just a little.
I didn't think it seriously, and he got done for child abuse for 30 counts. Now look,
30 counts. Fuck.
If I were a parent, I would obviously be upset and not want this guy to hurt my kids, then I'd be very, very furious. But come on, man, these stupid little shits. Like, they should have been wearing their seatbelts like he told them to.
How else is he going to tell 30 kids to put their seatbelts on?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only way you do it. And we've all had that done to us before.
Yeah.
Like, my parents did that to me.
What? Did they?
Yeah, just like a little like, oh, you know, like it happens, right?
I was going to say, if it happened and he actually if he actually needed to put on the brakes, that wouldn't count as child abuse. But they would still hurt themselves. So it's the same result. If anything, he was just teaching them something. And he did it within an environment where it's kind of actually safer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because in another situation, he might have been going, to be honest, I don't know the full story. But do you have any more?
Yeah. So Colorado bus driver Brian Fitzgerald of the Douglas County School District has reportedly been charged with 30 counts of child abuse after a video surfaced showing him intentionally slamming the brakes to teach students a lesson. That's all I've got, which is basically just what we've summed up.
Yeah. No, so look, what I want to say is, obviously, I don't know how fast he was going. I assume not that fast. But if it was in a situation where he was going 50 miles an hour and had to slam on the brakes and they didn't have their seatbelts on, like, they would have got way more hurt.
It would have been way worse.
Yeah. So if
anything,
anything,
that's still on him, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
Exactly. So if anything, if he's actually thinking about the kids because he did it in a safer environment and they weren't listening to him, obviously, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't put my seatbelt on when I used to take the coach or like any time.
As far as I remember, there were no seatbelts on coaches. I swear there was no seatbelts on a lot of them. On some of the school buses I was on, I don't remember there being seatbelts.
And yeah, and like on the like, why is it on like public?
That's
like just London buses. There's no seatbelts.
It's mad that.
That is a bit mad. Why is that okay?
If you crash into a building, you're fucked.
Yeah, I know I'm going back and forth on what I'm trying to say here, but basically, I do just feel like sometimes you've just got to discipline like kids if they're misbehaving.
Yeah.
And he didn't slap them, right?
He got up and slapped 30 children.
He wasn't just
put your seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on.
Just like backhand all of these kids to the face. No, he didn't do that. What he did is he created an environment where he could demonstrate to them the risks involved in not wearing your seatbelt.
Yeah.
And, I think allow him. It could have been worse. Parents, in reality, he probably did it out of spite. But you should be thanking him because if there was a situation where he needed to brake, they could have got way more hurt.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe a bit controversial. What do you think?
I think it's not that deep.
Yeah, I don't think it's that deep.
It's genuinely not that deep.
Yeah.
Like, it happens. Do you know what I mean? Like, if none of the kids are seriously hurt, they learn their lesson and they all put their seatbelts on afterwards, then what's the fucking problem?
I agree. I agree.
To be fair though, I remember like when I was a kid, I used to get the bus to school, and it was like a dedicated school like bus with just kids. It just went to my school, right? So like it was a double-decker bus, and it was all boys, right? And like, mate, we were so horrible to the bus driver.
Is it?
There was one guy who used to literally just at the back of the bus, right? Just ring the bell.
Oh, always
the whole way there. The one time, the bus driver just pulled over. He literally pulled the bus over and said, "Right, who's fucking ringing the bell?" And he literally marched up and down. He literally said, "I'm not going to drive the bus until someone gets up and tells me who it was." And no one owned up.
Oh, no way.
Mate, everyone sat there for ages and 20 minutes went by and then he ended up driving again. But yeah, mate. And we didn't have seatbelts there, either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are you saying then? Is the bus driver at fault?
No way.
But like, if some buses don't have seatbelts, why did he care so much?
I think it depends, right? If there's like, I think usually isn't it the because when I've worked with kids before for like my summer job, it was the responsibility of like the teacher, for example, to go through and make sure everyone's seatbelts are on. It's not the responsibility of the bus driver. And also, how the fuck are they proving that he did this on purpose?
That the video
I saw was like, do you know what I mean? It wasn't like it was just from the kid's perspective, but it wasn't like.
Oh no, I saw another one which is like a.
What did it show? What was happening outside the?
No, not outside, but it was like inside the bus, and you could see him on this side, and then the kids like over there, and you saw them like flung forward.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for this guy because 30 counts is a lot. Like, it's a very understandable thing to do. If you're having a shit day as a bus driver, and it's your job to ensure the safety of the kids, and it's a little tap on the brake just to teach everyone a lesson, and they just get shoved forward a little bit. No one was hurt, at least as far as I know. So what's the problem?
I think if any of them were like concussed, different story. But
It'd be funny if we read up about this and actually all 30 children were knocked out.
yeah. But look, on the whole, I think it's good. It's character building.
It's character building stuff.
Yeah. Good on
100%.
you.
Yeah. Do you believe in like hitting your kids?
Oh.
Little like corporal. Is it corporal punishment?
Corporal punishment.
Like not beating them, but like a little slap on the arse or something, or like a. Do you know what I mean? Like
Not beating them. I'd like to think no,
yeah.
but I don't know, man. Obviously, I'm not gonna go into too much detail.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is that I come from Indian heritage,
Right.
where it is traditional to do that, and you know,
You came out all right.
I am well behaved,
Yeah.
and I'm very so.
I have to be well behaved.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like if it's not gonna, it's really sticky. I'd like to hope I don't,
Yeah.
and I think I will avoid it. But obviously, it depends on like my future partners. I think I'd feel really bad if I had to do it.
I think because I wasn't like beaten as a child, which is nice.
Yeah.
But like I was
Did you get a few slaps?
a few little slap on the
Yeah.
back of the leg or something like that.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like if you're being a real like
Real little shit.
I was being a real dickhead. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I think that, yeah, fair enough. But I think nowadays, I think ultimately, you're basically preparing your kid to grow up and enter the real world, right? The adult world, right? And in the adult world, you don't get beaten if you do something wrong. So I think you've got to. I think as a parent, you need to sort of. This is my opinion anyway. You've got to think of different ways to discipline them.
Yeah.
And I think if you have to resort to violence, it's probably not. It probably works in the moment, but maybe long term, does it? Do you know what I mean? Does it work?
I think if it's instilling an idea of fear rather than
Exactly. You don't want to be scared of your parents.
No.
I think that's a bad.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But it does teach consequences, though.
Yeah.
It teaches about consequences to your actions, and I do think sometimes that's the only thing that's gonna, get your
into
kid.
their head.
Yeah. Because I do think there's been times where, like, definitely I was a kid where I thought I was just, like, taking the piss with my parents and pissing them off. And they kind of just had to do that to remind them, you're a little shit.
Yeah.
And it worked. I would,
It was a real, oh shit, I fucked up.
yeah, I fucked up. I'm not going to do that shit again.
Yeah.
And, because I don't want these consequences. I'm not scared of my parents at all. And again, they didn't beat me. Just to clarify.
They beat you with a stick
every
night.
They definitely did not, like, in no way, shape, or form would I say that, like, they hurt me seriously at all.
Well, you've got a good relationship with your parents, and you came out alright.
Yeah,
so
man.
I guess it worked.
Listen, a little smack from from a parent that doesn't even hurt, like that. That is enough to like stop you because the idea of your parents hitting you is like devastating. Do you know what I mean? You really feel ashamed, like you fucked up
completely,
and that's what's powerful about it. So what I'd prefer to do, if I can, is to do my best to never ever shout at my kids unless they fuck up. And that's
so then they get like oh shit, he's yelling at me. Because that was the thing, right? With my mum, she just yelled at me all the time. And then, bro, I just got to the point of like, I don't know, 11 years old, 12 years old, and I thought, hang on, she yells at me all the time. And then I realised, it's just words. It's just air. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just loud noises. And when you clock that, you just don't give a fuck. Whereas, like, yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, when my mum shouts and raises her voice to this, like, today, sometimes I'll honestly just start laughing.
Yeah.
It's like, because sometimes she's just so, like, she'll just shout all the time. So I'm just like, how can I take you seriously if you're just getting angry, like, but not angry? Like,
do you know what was a big turning point in like me being scared of my mum? Was first of all that realization that when she shouts at me, it's just words, right? I was like, you do this all the time, it makes no difference, right? Second one, when I became taller than my mum, and then she's yelling at me, I remember I was like maybe 13 at the time, and I was like, oh, right, she did not like that. Did not like that.
That's so funny.
I was such a little shit.
Yeah. But no, man, that's what I think. I don't ever want to like even shout like too aggressively at my kids, but I do think maybe having a different level of like to show that they fucked up without hitting. It's important to create that extra thing where you give like warnings and then that is a consequence.
You don't want to beat them, all the time. Because then, like, eventually their pain tolerance will get so high that they'll be like, oh, well, you know,
Whatever.
it's only a beating with a stick.
Yeah, trust. Nah, so I don't know, man. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens with the kids.
Yeah. But, like, kids
Sarah
can be
in 20 years' time with a paddle.
No, but
Just chasing after his kids.
what I'm gonna say is kids can be little shits sometimes. Like having
Kids suck, dude.
having worked with like kids as well, it's just honestly
Awful.
so tough.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do it.
I honestly, like, every time I see like an adult with a child, I'm just like, I do not envy you.
Try.
Mate, on the flight to South Africa,
Don't get me started.
right? On the flight to South Africa, I was queuing up for the toilet. It was the middle of the night, and I was about to go in, and then this guy like ran towards me, and he was like, "Hi, mate." He looked really distressed. He was all dishevelled. He was like, "Hi, mate. Really sorry. Do you mind if I just jump in?" I was like, "It's a bit rude," and I was like, I didn't say that to him, but in my head I was like, "That's a bit rude." And then I was like, yeah, sure." He's like, "Yeah, the thing is, my 1-year-old just vomited down me." And I looked at him, bro. This guy was covered head to toe in vomit, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not having kids." Yeah, fuck that. I'm not having kids.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
No, honestly.
On a plane, the smell.
Okay, on a plane, and I was about to say something. Yeah. Listen, if your baby is crying on a plane, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Do something about it, because I'm not sitting in this uncomfortable position with my legs all cramped up, right, trying to get to my holiday destination where I've worked hard and earned my annual leave to fly off somewhere for your kid to just be fucking wailing, yeah, because their ears are popping. Sort your fucking shit out. I don't give a shit. I actually don't care. Nah, bro, I don't care.
Fucking chuck out the
Do
window.
something, or just, you know what they need to do? They need to do adults only flights.
Do you reckon?
They need to do adults only flights, because there's been too many times. Bro, there was one time I went on holiday and this kid was crying the entire way there, and I swear to you,
How long was the flight? How long was the flight?
I don't even think it was that long. It was like 4 or 5 hours.
But it felt like 7.
It felt like ages. But Rory, I swear to you, yeah, they were on the same flight back on the way home, sat a couple rows ahead. I promise you. I promise you.
That's rough.
I promise you. It was tough. It was tough. And I have never contemplated homicide like as much as I did in that moment. Honestly. Because just shut that fucking little shit up. Do adults only flights. Keep that little shit.
Do you know what I would do?
Go on.
The eye masks they give you on a flight, put them over their mouths. I've never seen anyone do it. Think outside the box.
Yeah, honestly, we need to come up with a creative solution, because otherwise I just think, like, kids.
It's horrendous when a kid's screaming on the flight. Yeah.
Leave your child at home. Honestly.
Awful.
Yeah,
What are you doing bringing them on the flight?
Trust me.
Yeah.
Babies don't belong on planes. There's a reason that you don't have to pay for their seats. It's because they don't belong on the fucking plane. There's not even a ticket option for kids. So why?
This would actually make sense for the airlines as well. Like, more people would go on flights if it wasn't for kids.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I would pay.
Is it actually free for a kid to go on a plane?
I think up to the age of 2.
Really interesting. I didn't know that.
But watch when I have kids, if I'm fortunate enough.
You'll just never travel again.
No, I will travel all the time until that baby is like over 2, so because then I can get like free travel for my kid.
Fucking bang it out.
Take 'em everywhere. Yeah. Enjoy that pat leave.
I can't wait for pat leave.
Mate, pat leave.
It's gonna slap.
Yeah.
Let's link up in pat leave.
Oh, 100%.
We'll do an episode every day.
Yeah. What, the little yeets.
Go on, say hello.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Well, Sarav, that's it for episode 15. Guys, we hope you've enjoyed it. Remember,
I enjoyed it.
At least we enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Remember, if you like this episode, please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, give us a review. Really helps the channel. And also, you can find us on TikTok. You can find us Instagram if you want that short form content. You can follow us at largerthanlife _LTL. So yeah, follow us there, guys. But until then, peace out.
Thanks very much, guys.
Blood and diamonds, go on